Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the LAN Party Podcast. Today is Tuesday,
It is Tuesday.
September 10th.
I just unmuted everybody. So, it is Tuesday, September 10th. We are here, probably a few minutes late as usual. Yeah. But it's fine. We do need some feedback though for anybody that's listening. Just let us know if there's any audio issues. I had to update my sound drivers.
Everything's different. We don't know if it sounds okay.
Yeah, so if somebody sounds too loud, let me know. If somebody's too quiet, let me know. As many of you that have watched the streams the past few nights that I've streamed will know that I had to update my sound stuff, so we're having some
technical difficulties.
But I think everything looks to be running smooth. Everybody's levels look normal. Nobody seems to be peaking. I just matched everybody's board volumes to mine. So
what's on the agenda for today?
So I think it came out, and I know we've talked about this every week since it's happened, but I think it finally is settled for now. The whole Spider-Man and the Sony-Disney dispute.
Oh, yeah?
The Sony president pretty much said that the doors are now closed on negotiations for Spider-Man. So, no more Spider-Man in the MCU.
What a shame.
He's dead.
Which really, really sucks.
It's gonna be awkward.
It's gonna be really.
It's gonna be really weird because
they're gonna have to pretend like he never existed.
Yeah, and
just when he was starting to get a major role.
And honestly, now that Nick's not here, we can actually discuss some of what happened in Endgame. I think a big reason that Tony Stark,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. If
For
you haven't seen the movie that's now on fucking DVD,
I'm just saying. Yeah,
go watch Endgame. It's a great movie.
It's a big movie. Gotta make sure you put a spoiler alert out there.
But
Make people angry.
I don't think Tony Stark would have sacrificed himself. I think that Peter Parker was a huge part of Tony Stark's character arc.
Yeah, it added even more responsibility on Tony's shoulders, so he felt like he had to shoulder more of the burden and be more responsible. So yeah, I agree.
I am heartbroken that Spider-Man is no longer in the MCU, and I'm even more heartbroken that Sony are the ones in control of Spider-Man. Sony doesn't have a good track record. And they're like, whoa, we made Into the Spider-Verse and we made Venom and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, those were all right movies. But let's look at your actual Spider-Man line of movies.
You had Spider-Man 1 and 2 that were really good. 3 was a flop. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, not as great. Not as great.
So
I haven't seen the Into the Spider-Verse movie.
I haven't either. I've heard it's really, really good. I want to see it.
See, I keep hearing it's good, but when I watch the trailer, I'm like, how can this be good? You know what I mean? Like, it just seems so weird, and I just don't like the art. Some of the art styles I don't like. Like, there's that one. It looks kind of jittery. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big fan of that.
yeah, I mean, I'm
We'll
more
have
of
to
a
watch it. We can't really.
Yeah.
I'm
judge a
more
book by its cover. Trailers are so misleading nowadays.
And Tom Holland kind of made a little tease that somebody was like, I wish that I could see Tom Holland in a TV show about Spider-Man or blah, 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 blah. And he said, you might not have to wait longer. And then I actually read somewhere that said TV show might be the, what was the name of the series, What If, that Disney announced at D23? That was going to have a bunch of the characters that act in the MCU voice the animated characters in the show. Like, it's going to be an animated Marvel show, but it's going to have characters voiced by the real world actors. And a lot of people, apparently, Disney can get around using Tom Holland as Spider-Man in 30-minute episodes. Like, they can't use him in full feature films, but they can use him in an episodic television series. I think that's the way I read it. So, we might still have Tom Holland as Spider-Man in the little What If animated series that Disney has announced.
Okay, all right. But still, I mean, in the movies, it's gonna be
it's gonna mess everything up. Mm-hmm. And I really think Disney is probably not too thrilled about that because, again, I think they set Spider-Man up to be the next Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean,
like, they wanted the face of Marvel to be Peter Parker.
Why do they have to do this? It feels like a pride thing, like, because we can. It's like we're one of the people who can spite Disney.
I would rather them have done it in Endgame, and then they could have written him out. And then you wouldn't have had Spider-Man Far From Home that left on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
Because now I've got no sense of closure, and that is going to bother the all-living hell out of me.
It's a lose-lose for the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what the companies are doing, but it's just a loss for the fans.
I have a feeling Sony
on both sides.
Sony's going to feel that when they release the next Spider-Man movie. I really think they are. As I think there's going to be a large number of angry Spider-Man fans that while they may want to see the movie because Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man, they don't really want to support Sony because...
They may not go out of spite for that move because just like what happened with Solo.
Right.
It's going to be just like what happened with Solo.
You all read...
Everybody was just like, well, I don't like the new direction of this thing, so we're going to make a stand and not go see Solo. And guess what? It bombed.
And you do know, I don't know if you all read, did you see that the extended cut that they pushed out in theaters for Spider-Man Far From Home, theaters were reporting empty showings? Like, there were nobody showing up to buy tickets to several showings. Like, it was a pretty consistent thing. Because they released the extended cut in theaters after the news came out that Marvel and Sony split.
Yeah.
And so the theaters are like, yeah, we're having like little to no viewership in those show times.
That sucks.
Like, man, Sony, that should be a red light to you.
Yeah,
like
that's a massive red flag right there.
Like maybe we made the wrong decision.
Yeah, maybe acting out of spite and pride and being like, because we can, is not a great move. It doesn't look good. Doesn't save face. And I understand that Disney is a massive corporation.
And I'm not saying they're innocent either.
Yeah, and they're clearly a giant bully with big elbows that they shove people around with. I mean... But I mean,
still,
on
there
this,
should have been.
There's battles to fight and there's battles to yield to, and this is, let's just pick your battles, and this is not the right battle to pick.
And I did watch. So, if you're not aware, Spider-Man was not introduced to the MCU in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He was introduced in Captain America: Civil War,
right?
And it was huge because nobody really would have expected it. That's why when they if you go back and watch the trailers, like I went back after all this and kind of watched the trailers just to see. A lot of the early trailers didn't show Spider-Man because they weren't sure they were going to be able to use him. But one of the final trailers they released before the movie came out, it kind of cut, with Tony and Cap fighting, and he's like, he's my friend, and then Iron Man's or Tony Stark's like, so was I. Then it cuts after that. And then you hear the famous Under Roost line that Tony Stark shouts in the airport, and in flies Spider-Man, and he's like, hey, what's up, guys? And then it cuts to the end of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So they made a huge deal about it. Apparently, because that was one of the first movies the Russo brothers directed, the Russo brothers finally came out and talked about the whole Spider-Man thing, and they're like, Kevin Feige was not enjoying trying to get Spider-Man in the MCU. Like, he's like, he wanted Spider-Man because Kevin Feige loves Spider-Man. But he said the negotiations
like working
and
with Sony
Sony to make that happen was physically and mentally just exhausting for him. So it doesn't sound like it was a very easy negotiation to make, which if it's that difficult to make something happen, usually those bonds are pretty brittle.
Mm-hmm.
And all it takes is one person wanting a few % more money, and they're like, oh, nope, we're done. We're out. Go enjoy your Spider-Man free MCU.
Seriously, I feel like it's a really bad move to make a pride decision on this one.
Yeah. So
there compromises could have been made, and I understand if Disney was asking way too much, but if you're still getting majority profit off those movies, who cares?
Even if it was 50-50, and And again,
What is that?
my dad got me those for my birthday to put in my car.
What are they?
They're LED light strips. You can use them
dude.
for no, they're LED light strips. I'll set them on as flashlights, and I'll set them on like a strobe setting, and I'll put them on the inside of my windshield so I can imitate a police officer and get pulled over and sent to jail.
Are you not at all tempted just for shits and giggles to see what it might look like under your car?
I mean, maybe for shits and giggles, but I would never do it.
Do it anyway.
I'm not gonna do that.
Do it.
No.
Just
Do it.
Temporarily, just send them under there real quick, see what it looks like.
Temporary for like 3 days. A week.
No.
I was thinking like 5 minutes. If that.
They're 12 volts, so I would have to find a way to light them up. I don't have a switch.
You got a switch right here.
Can always
I'm
make
not
the
going to
switch.
drive down the road pushing and
No,
holding
I'm
the
not saying
button.
drive it, just put it under there and see what it looks like.
Anyways,
Sorry.
I
you're
have
not.
lost track of what we were talking about.
You're right, I'm not sorry.
We're talking about Spooderman.
Yeah, we were, and then it sounded. I thought we were wrapping that discussion up, but I can't remember. I really can't.
I think we just reiterated the point that it was really dumb to
Oh yeah,
Die on
it's
that
really
hill.
dumb.
because it probably will die on that hill.
Well, what I think is going to happen is I think Sony or Disney is banking on Sony either selling out or failing to make a good Spider-Man movie in 3 years, because they have to make a movie every 3 years.
Otherwise, they lose the rights.
Otherwise, they lose the rights. They default back to Disney. So I think Disney's just playing the waiting game. And they're like, all right, everybody fucking hates you now. So let's see how long this really lasts. And then when it fails, and it's going to, when you crash and burn, we'll be there once more. But this time we won't be the saving grace. We will be fucking death with a scythe, waiting for your ass to fail.
Yeah, just a pocket full of cash to buy your company for a fraction of what it would have been worth before this, or to buy the rights straight off them.
Sony will be like, can we strike a negotiation? And Disney will be like, haha, no.
It's just like you're not exactly in a good position to negotiate, are you?
Would that mean they could literally take 100% of the profits then?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. If Sony fails,
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is a really dumb hill to die on,
Oh,
because
boy.
if this gamble doesn't work out, Disney gets the whole shebang.
Yep.
What was Sony? Who's in charge of Sony's decision making?
it was like the chief or the president of Sony or Sony Entertainment or whatever. There's
He
actually
does realize like what he just did, right?
he's looking at it as dollar signs. He's gonna make
He's
more
looking
money
at the
now.
wrong dollar sign.
Yeah, he's gonna make more money now in his eyes because now he owns all of it again and he can do whatever
old
he
is
wants.
How old is
He's
he?
an older man.
Okay, let's I'm gonna like play some super devil's advocate here. All right, this guy, he's kind of an older dude, right? He denied Disney all the rights to that stuff, so he could have them all, and make a lot of money on that. And once the thing starts to tank, he retires.
Oh, probably.
He retires, they hire a new guy who has to suffer through everything that he had, so he can make as much money as fast as possible
So
before, and then leave before everything tanks.
You're saying it didn't really matter for him because he could just leave.
Yeah, he
I'm
could
saying-
retire whenever he
I'm saying
wants.
this
Yeah.
might have been a retirement strategy.
Yeah. Maybe.
So he just
I still don't think it was a good retirement strategy because now in the public eye, granted again, much of the public eye is...
Well, it doesn't matter for this one dude. It doesn't matter for this one dude.
No, but...
Because as soon as he gets his money, as he gets everything, he jumps ships and lets everybody else deal with the sinking.
Well, if
He
he
takes
jumps
the
ship
last
early
lifeboat.
enough... If he jumps ship early enough, and for those, because you can't see us, I've got fingers crossed,
Either way, if
they can still strike up a deal.
Yeah, but it's gonna be in worse favor for Sony than it could have been.
True. It's definitely not favorable for Sony, but I don't think Disney really has a problem with Sony. I think the problem is the person that made Sony's decision.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's just
I feel like Disney...
I feel like this is a lose-lose for Sony,
Right,
the company.
right. But we only have a short wait, guys. We have 3 years to figure out whether or not this is actually going to fall apart.
Yeah,
They
right.
have to release a Spider-Man movie by 2021. If they don't, they lose the rights. So part of me hopes that they don't, but then part of me hopes that they do and it fails and they realize, well, maybe we should have taken Papa Disney's advice and stayed with Disney.
Yeah, if you leave the rights with Disney and then you negotiate a slightly sweeter deal to appease Disney, you're still making a fuck ton of money off of stuff like that. And they're Marvel movies, so they're gonna do well, at least for now.
Marvel movies have hit the $1 billion club lately pretty consistently.
Yeah, so they're gonna do well regardless, and you're gonna get a lot of money off ticket sales alone.
I'm pretty sure the past 4 Marvel movies were $1 billion club movies. Infinity War, $1 billion club. Captain Marvel, I'm pretty sure hit the $1 billion club. Endgame, no doubt, hit the $1 billion club.
Mm-hmm.
Far From Home hit the $1 billion club. It passed Skyfall as Sony's best-selling movie. So let's see here. Let's do a little comparison here. Sony's box office money on their Spider-Man movies, and then Disney's box office movies or box office money on the MCU Spider-Man movies. Sony is so stupid to walk. Somebody did the math, and if Sony would have taken the 50-50 deal that's been rumored to have been offered, they still would have made more money per movie than the original Spider-Man movies after adjustment for inflation. They still would have made more money.
God damn, like I said, it's a dumb hill to die on. It's a dumb hill to die on.
I maybe wouldn't have taken 50 or 50-50, but I would have definitely gone back and hey, it's 70-30, let's do it. 70-30 and you bring Venom into the MCU. Win-win.
Yeah, you've got really competent people making really competent movies that sell really fucking well, and you're getting most of the profit. Why would you fucking ugh.
It's
God
stupid.
Damn. It's such a dumb hill to die on. Maybe there's more background stuff that we're not taking into account that we don't know of, but still, from this point of view, really dumb.
Yeah, it's very, very, very silly. And we can go ahead though and talk about some stuff that's not so silly, stuff that we're a little more excited for.
Pets and Sea of Thieves.
Pets and Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
So
they don't have a crab. I'm sad.
Not yet.
I expected a crab. Little.
So they did a behind the scenes on Pets yesterday. Mm-hmm. They did a whole developer stream.
I think it was the day before.
No, it was Monday.
Was it?
Yeah. And they did a developer stream that was about 45 minutes long or so.
Mm-hmm. And
they showcased a trailer for the Pirate Emporium. They showcased a trailer for Pets and some behind the scenes stuff for Pets. So essentially, at launch, we are getting monkeys and birds. And within each tier, like each category, there are 2 breeds.
Yeah.
So we have the Barbary monkey and the capuchin monkeys. And then we have macaws and parakeets.
Yeah.
And each breed is going to have various colors and stuff like that.
Various clothes and colors.
Each breed has one outfit. So parrots, like macaws, have an outfit. Parakeets have an outfit. Barbarys have an outfit. And capuchins have an outfit. But at the moment, there's just one, I think. But they did say in one of those behind-the-scenes videos, they definitely plan on adding more types of pets.
It should be crabs. One of them should be crabs. Because
Crabs and cats, I think, are 2 that a lot of people expect.
Crabs and cats make a lot of sense.
Hermit crab.
Have you not seen the crab in all the trailers?
If they have 2 breeds for everything, they might have a crab, and they might have a hermit crab.
Yeah,
they have like a giant crab and a small crab. Like one of those deep ocean crabs.
Like a fucking like the spider crabs.
Yeah, like those.
That'd be fucking horrifying.
If I boarded somebody's ship and I saw that, I'd be like, nope, I'm out.
Just jump off.
See ya.
I don't think the game could handle big crabs though, because
I'm not sure their exact size, but they're not like massive.
Part of the appeal of the pets is that you can pick them up and they sit on your arm. And you can interact with them while they're on your arm.
A massive fucking spider crab standing on someone's arm.
Stand on their shoulders.
Yeah, this one's Jimbo.
I just like imagine like I board somebody's ship and like get off our ship and I'd be like, no, don't worry, I'm leaving. Like I don't fuck with that.
I ain't messing with that.
I don't know what that is. I ain't fucking with it.
Its name is fucking like muffins.
It's little muffins. You know why we call muffins? He likes muffins.
You like below deck and you hear it like walking around.
Yeah, it's like
the tapping. That creeped the hell out of me. Could you imagine trying to sleep while hearing that?
Well, yeah, but I mean, think about playing the game. It's like it's nighttime and all the lanterns are off on the ship, including the bottom
And
deck
you're in the
ones.
fog.
And you're in the fog, and you go down below decks, and you hear somebody's crab crawling around upstairs. You just hear.
Or you go down below, and it's like dark, and you just see that thing come around the corner. I think I'd scream every time. Oh, it's just muffins. God damn it, muffins.
So they haven't really announced this, but they come out tomorrow. Everybody's gonna see. So they have announced the pricing for the gold or the ancient coins, which is right about, after testing at Insiders, it's right about where I figured it would be. So it's something to the tune of like $1.50 gets you 100 gold coins, or 100 ancient coins. $5 gets you, or $5.50 gets you 500, and then after you go up, it's like $10 gets you 1,000. $20 gets you like 2250 or 2050, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then $35 gets you like 4,050 coins. So it's right about where I would have pictured it. And obviously, the more you spend, the more coins you're going to get like extra. So if you notice, in the beginning, it was a little less than $1 per coin.
Yeah, and now it's way less than $1.
Yeah, so now if you get the $35 bundle, you're getting 4,000 coins instead of 3,500. So you're getting an extra. Now, that kind of puts pets right around where I pictured them sitting. Pets are right around, when I was testing them, they were anywhere, I think they kind of settled in right around $5. That's about where I imagine they'd sit, between $3 to $5.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmetics are a little more. They did have in the developer update stream thing the price. You could kind of see it in the picture of the emote bundle. The emote bundle, and I hate, by the way, tangent, I hate how they say emote on their stream. They call them emotes. Emotes.
Oh boy.
That bothers me.
Why? Because you're an emo kind of guy?
No, they just stress the wrong syllable.
Instead of an emo kind of guy?
Like,
sounds to me like you're an emo kind of guy.
It's a long E, not a short E. Emote, not emote. That just sounds dumb. It sounds like you're saying a moat, but you're messing up.
Well, I mean, it's a dialect thing.
Either way, that is 999 ancient tokens, which is $10. That's acceptable, but it's a little on the high end for me. This is where I'm going to start getting mad, though. The ship cosmetics are 2,400 ancient tokens.
Nice.
Roughly $25. $28 if you want to get the premium ones.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying.
For one ship customization.
Like for like a hull and not like just a hull?
that's the full
like
ship.
The full set.
That's the full ship.
I was gonna say I'm about to be real fucking mad if I gotta spend $90 to get a whole ship.
No, that is the whole cosmetic set. Ship, cannons, capstan, one set of sails, and one figurehead. They also have a premium figurehead and a premium set of sails that you can purchase at an additional cost. Those up the price by about $4.
I mean, that's kind of it's almost a War Thunder price. Like in War Thunder, you buy a tank for $25 or a plane.
So, yeah. Here's the only way that I think that is going to be made right, and that is by not rotating out the ship cosmetics very often at all, and definitely not doing it for like 1 month first. If you do it for 1 month, you can piss a lot of people off. Second off, if there's a big gap between ship cosmetic releases, like they release one cosmetic set every 2 or 3 months, that might balance it out a little bit, because I'm more okay with that. But it's just we're gonna have to play it by ear, and I really hope if there's a bunch of negative feedback on it, that they adjust prices, because $25 is a little much to spend on a ship cosmetic set in a game. I love the game. I want to support the game.
Tell it to Star Citizen where they sell ships for
hundreds
of dollars.
We're talking about Rare here.
Yeah, I know. But
these guys are supposed to be the beacon of all things good for games.
Listen, it's tenuative. We'll see what happens.
Exactly. I'm hoping that it comes out all right. For the record, by the way, the number of people that said pay to win on their stream when they announced the Pirate Emporium,
that's really dumb.
Go fucking die.
I mean, how are you going to win with a monkey?
It's not, and you want to know the best part is I was watching the chat. All the people that were chanting pay to win, when they found out, they were announcing all that stuff, they proceeded to chat in the discussion later, like they proceeded to message in the chat, so when will pets be able to pick up gold for us and like go grab chests? And I'm like, idiot, that is pay to win.
Yeah, that's pay to win. The pets are there to dance whenever you play music.
It is an extension of your character.
the pets are there to dance when you play music and to
play with and to fire out of cannons and to feed food.
Yeah, they're just there to add more life to the...
Exactly. They are not pay to win. People need to evaluate what that means. It's like that meme where it's like, you keep saying that, but I do not think you know what it means.
You keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
It's like Bethesda doesn't understand how the repair kits are pay to win.
Yeah, that's pay to win.
Like that. And they didn't Bethesda just add another pay to win thing?
I don't know. I haven't played Fallout 76 in a while.
I think
need
they had
to.
like scrap. You can buy scrap now or something like that. I thought.
I don't like that.
I thought I seen something new in there. I don't remember what it was.
I haven't played 76 in a while.
Yeah, that'd be really fucking
to.
annoying if you could just buy screws now.
Yeah, especially for all the people that have hunted them down forever.
Where's my desk fans?
But people need to understand what that means. Pay to win is paying real world money for an in-game advantage.
Yeah, if you could pay money for items that give you a max regen bar immediately,
or like cursed cannonballs.
Yeah,
like
if you could pay for cursed
yeah.
cannonballs, or you could pay to have faster dig rates.
That's pay to win.
If you could have
paying for emotes,
cannon times, that'd be pay to win.
Yeah, paying for an emote bundle is not paying to win. Paying for a ship cosmetic set is not paying to win.
Yeah.
Buying a goddamn bird is not pay to win.
I'm better than you because my sails are cooler. Therefore, my boat is faster.
It's not pay to win. I cannot stand... Look, I don't like this whole generation of microtransactions just as much as the next guy. It's annoying.
But you have to understand what is pay to win and what is not pay to win.
Right. And you have to be able to draw a line. You can't just boycott games that are going to have microtransactions because guess what? You won't be a gamer anymore. You'll have to play everything pre-2009. It's just, that's the way it is. Microtransactions are becoming future. Games as a service is becoming the future of gaming.
Unfortunately, but yeah, that's the reality for right now.
And honestly, a company like Rare that listens to everybody, they implement things that we want, they adjust things based off the community's feedback. Of all the games that you could whine and complain about paying a few bucks to get a goddamn monkey.
Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta do a little bit more research on your
It's
terms.
not like we're talking about EA.
Yeah, where you can pay for specific star cards to give you actual legit advantages in a game. Good thing they don't do that anymore.
I cannot stand... Look, again, like I said, I don't like microtransactions, but with a game like Sea of Thieves and a company like Rare, I will happily spend a few dollars to get some of that stuff because I do enjoy the game, and I would like to be able to support it post-launch. Like, they have to make money, too. You guys have to realize that.
Yeah.
Because there are a large number of people that play on Game Pass. A large number of people. They really don't get much.
That, but they keep adding like free updates and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
All that stuff
And
costs them money.
Yeah, and I haven't paid anything for the game except for launch price.
Right.
And a lot of people, like you said, are played on Game Pass, which they don't pay anything.
Yeah.
They just pay Game Pass.
And I'm sure Game Pass gives
They
Rare
give
a cut, but
yeah, I'm sure.
I
but
mean,
still,
0.75% of what is it? $10 a month for Game Pass? Something like that. $15 a month. That's not that much money, even if a bunch of people use it.
yeah.
So, you guys, there has to be a way for them to make money. And honestly, again, it's not like we're dealing with EA here. It's not like we're dealing with Rockstar. I think the prices, for the most part, are reasonable. Little iffy on the ship.
Cosmetics, but it's all what's the word? Subject to change.
Yeah, I mean, it's new. They're walking into new territory.
This could change. It might not change. Who knows?
Don't be a dick about it.
It's not pay to win. You're not gonna be better. You're not gonna be a better player because you have a monkey.
You will only be cooler.
Yeah, you're not. You're not gonna be a better player because you bought the Banjo-Kazooie set instead of earning it.
Yeah. You can't earn it.
Yeah, no, but you could have got it beforehand. Is what I'm saying.
You could only get the figurehead.
But still.
But yeah,
Either way,
there's literally no gain other than coolness. I, for one, am extremely excited for pets.
are you gonna have a parrot?
Yes. I will probably have a couple parrots.
A couple different kinds.
Yes.
Are you gonna have a macaw or a parakeet?
Probably a couple of one of each, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what's your main go-to gonna be?
I don't know. It's hard to choose. I've had this dilemma in the Insiders. Because the Insiders, they gave you a bunch of coins to test out the Emporium, make sure everything was working right. So, I have a macaw and I have a parakeet. And I like the cosmetics that you can put on the parakeet, because it's got the little bandana and the shoulder sash and the eye patch. Like, I like that cosmetic set. But I also really like the looks of the parakeet. So it's very tough to decide.
Yeah. It'd be a really funny addition if they do this. The parrots is if you speak in game, they might parrot some of that phrases, those phrases back.
Captain says ahoy.
They just like play back the audio files at like higher pitches.
I can tell you now though, if Nate ends up with a pet, it's not going to be a very big fan of his, just based off of watching him in the Insiders.
Just sits there and shoots them all the time.
He shoots them out of cannons.
Yeah, shoots them out of cannons and stuff.
He had
go find your own damn banana.
He had a Barbary monkey, and it was. He ended up naming it Doug in all caps.
Doug.
But he put him in the cannon just to see if it would work. And he shoots him out of the cannon, and the monkey's sitting there flailing its arms and legs as it flies out of the cannon. And then it disappears, and it reappears behind him, pounding the ground and screaming in anger. And so what's he do? He picks it up and puts it in the fucking cannon again. And he just keeps doing that.
It's like, well, Doug, it may not be fun for you, but this is fucking hilarious to me. Poor Doug.
Oh, Doug. See, I have creative names for my pets, like Tango and Teague, and he just comes in Doug.
I thought it was pretty creative.
Are you sure you don't have Sam? Well, they don't have toucans.
And then, if somebody doesn't buy the monkey that they showed in the video that looks like the Lion King monkey and names him Rafiki,
we're not friends anymore.
If you own that monkey, you have to name him Rafiki. That's the rule. You cannot have that colored monkey and not name him Rafiki. And we're talking about Rafiki from the animated Lion King, not the bullshit live action Lion King.
Live action, heavy air quotes there.
Yeah. That's But I don't know. And they also announced that, the Smuggler's Fortune update's coming through. They're going to have session rejoin. And this is all stuff they announced in the developer stream, so I'm actually allowed to talk about it. So essentially, if you're sailing around and your internet drops, within 10 minutes, if you log back into the game, it'll prompt you to join your previous session. Like if you drop out of the game due to a connection problem or something.
Well, that's nifty for those Xbox players.
Well, it's for PC players too.
No, we don't have those problems.
You do realize our internet goes out somewhat frequently.
I feel like John has that problem a lot too.
Yeah.
I was trying to make a slightly insulting joke against console players.
Well, it didn't really work.
No, it didn't. That's okay though. Most of my jokes don't work.
That's true.
It's because you don't work. Get
Thank
a
you.
job. Fucking bum.
You know what you should do? You should be a musician.
I'm considering it. I found an instrument lately I started learning to play.
Oh yeah, what's that?
It's the automaton.
The automaton? Uh-huh. Did you
Yeah.
get one? Do you have one?
Maybe.
We had this discussion the other night. I'm like, you should get one. He's like, I don't even know what it is. And then I started showing him videos. He's like, that is awesome. And he went and started browsing Amazon. He's like, dude, they're really cheap. And then he's like, should I get one? I'm like, yeah, you should. He's like, what color? And I said, yellow. And then that was the end of the discussion. I asked him later, I'm like, did you get it? And he's like, no, I didn't. Should have got one.
Was that a lie? You just have one chilling right next to your computer at home? Just sitting on the deck?
I'll just be sitting at home. We'll be playing fucking Sea of Thieves or something, Space Engineers. And we'll be flying through the ship and you just hear... Yeah, no, but I asked him. I was really disappointed. I'm like, did you get one? And he's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, fuck.
They used to be way more expensive.
Dude, they're like $20 on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were expensive ones too, though, weren't there?
Yeah, there's a big one that's easier to play. It's about $60 roughly.
But I mean, they used to be really expensive. They used to be like $100.
Yeah.
To get
they've gone down since.
I don't know why they would be so expensive.
Well, they used to be more niche before they exploded on the internet.
You can
Welcome to
plug
Stream
the big
Black
one
Rose.
into an amp.
Can you really plug the big one?
Yeah.
Let me just get a 1/4-inch jack and plug that shit into my amplifier. My fucking 4x4, my fucking 4x12 cab.
Oh my god.
Hello, neighbors.
Because it's not loud enough. So if you wanted to play the band, you had to.
Hello, neighbors.
You know what's funny is I could actually do that as a line in on this board
Oh
too.
God.
Oh,
If I
Lord.
had if I had that one, you could plug it into the board as a line in and just play it straight into the computer.
It's got more like
Beautiful.
settings too. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll get one. Just for sure.
It'll be our intro music for the podcast. There's somebody
Yes.
fucking playing stuff on it.
It'll sound terrible though, because it'll just be like, because Nate doesn't know how to play it. It'll just sound like
Well, he can play it.
It'll just sound like a cacophony of dying cats.
He can play anything.
I don't know about that.
Didn't you
I mean,
say that
fool around with it?
because you read up on? Didn't people say that it was like a violin or something?
I don't
Yeah,
know
it works.
anything
It
about
works like
music.
it works like a stringed instrument where you have
This.
an open note and then it goes up the little touch bar.
But do they have like buttons or is it more? It's
No,
like it's
a
chromatic.
it's a sliding touch bar.
Yeah.
To where you can get like.
So you can get like
microtones in
quarter
there.
tone. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get microtones in there.
You
So
can
you
play.
have to be really specific, and I think it's not like a stringed instrument where a stringed instrument, the scale gets smaller as you go down. I think it's equal scale the whole way, which would be really strange.
What are you talking about? Like the neck width? Like
No. Like how the frets get closer together.
Oh yeah.
The notes won't get closer together on the automaton. I don't think.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know anybody that owns
we'll
one.
have to
so.
get one.
They said, I don't know anything about music or instruments. They said it's like a violin or something, where it's like you don't have the
frets.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
frets, and it's
Yeah,
just like one.
It's like fretless.
Yeah.
It's like a fretless guitar or a violin, or a bass
Yeah.
or any stringed instrument.
Except
that
it
doesn't
sounds
have
like
frets.
a choir of dead cats or dying cats.
They said if you know how to play a violin, you can kind of you can pick it up pretty quick.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a bunch of automatones to the IUS orchestra and just be like, all right, this is what you're using for the concert this
We'll
semester.
have to write a piece for it.
God,
The
that would be-
Symphony of the Automaton.
Do an Africa cover.
It's been done.
I know, but do your version. Maybe add in another instrument so
They've
it's not
done-
just the automaton.
They've done Running in the 90s. They've done Take on Me. Yeah, it's quite the diverse instrument. I can only imagine what animals would do when they hear it too. Like your dog especially.
My cats would just look at me like I'm an idiot. Of course, that's not a new thing. So generally, if I do anything, they look at me like I'm an idiot.
Nate's dog is very odd though. I feel like a noise like that would really confuse her.
She'd be doing that head tilting thing that she does.
What the
Like,
fuck is that?
What the fuck?
That is really bright. Why do you do that?
Why is it so bright?
Every
I
time I
don't know.
look, every time I look away, it's just like this blue light on the wall.
I don't understand why it's so bright.
Because they're LEDs.
I have LED flashlights. This will blind you. I don't understand.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Doesn't it say it's
To give you-
30% brighter on the package there?
It's to give you a good underglow.
Yes, but like it's not safe. I get that's probably what it's for, the underglow. Honestly,
It's for interior lighting or underglow.
you can't have that inside your car.
You don't look at it, you use it as mood lighting.
You get pulled over as soon as you turn it on. They're like, "Oh, he's what is?"
Well,
he
you
doing
put
in
it-
his
you
car?"
put
You wire it to your interior lights, dip dong?
You put it underneath,
Yes. Yes.
so it shines up into the cab. It doesn't shine down into the cab. It shines up
I
into the
guess
cab.
that's
You know what
ridiculously
would be
bright.
cool if I could see what you were talking about? That would be cool, but if I switch inputs, like if I switch screens, I'm going to lose all of my other inputs, I believe. I'll check.
Are you talking about the automatones or the lights?
The automatones. Yeah, see if I go over to that desktop, I have to program in everybody's mics on this scene as well for the desktop. Otherwise,
R.I.P.
everybody disappears.
R.I.P.
Just
So,
look up an automaton.
Just look it up. What is it? O-T-M?
ATONE.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to find.
Automaton.
Wonder what that fucking name even came from.
That's
It's
Japanese.
For what?
I don't fucking know.
Lord knows. It's probably a mix of weird stuff.
I think it's a Japanese Latin amalgamation of a name. Because I think otama is a Japanese word, and then there's tone.
It's Japanese characters.
What do you mean it's Japanese characters?
Otama. Or
Oh,
kanji.
That
Or
those are
kanji.
letters. Otama.
I thought you were talking about text, and I'm like, how would you even know?
God, what are you, a weeb?
Well, I was like, how could he? I meant like, how would he know what characters there were if he couldn't read them?
You know what
Like
this
there's-
puts me in the mood for? Ramen. That's where we should go eat.
What, Walmart?
No, a ramen place. An actual ramen place. Restaurant.
Raymond.
All right,
Get
we're gonna
some-
do ramen for dinner. Let's go to the Walmarts and get some ramen.
Get some ramen noodles.
Oh man, it's yeah, it's an interesting instrument if you can even go as far as calling it that. I can see it now. Nate releases a hit single on the automaton.
I'll become a millionaire.
It'd be impressive, no doubt.
I should like get like really serious about learning how to play it, and do like videos. I mean, playing this ridiculous instrument, but looking really serious.
Do it in a
You just gotta-
classical
you just
music
gotta have
environment.
you just gotta have the super serious bass on
Yeah,
it.
you got to do it
And
like
don't forget, if you're playing like a virtuistic like solo stuff, you have to play with your eyebrows.
I'm gonna have to work on that because I don't use my eyebrows much. I don't think.
You have to be animated with your eyebrows as you play it.
Or you could just do it like in like a classical sense, like you just you're dressed up in a nice
Get the
suit.
wig, like the old wig, like the
No.
George Washington wig and stuff.
No, that's not what I meant.
Not quite that classical.
No,
Not quite that classical.
no, you
More
just
like
wear
modern classical.
like modern
I'm still
classical,
gonna do
yeah.
it.
Which
I'm still gonna
which
do
is
that
you
anyway.
dress nice, preferably all black.
And you're very serious when you're playing. Like you look very serious when you're playing.
I don't know. I've still seen a lot of virtuoso players
I-
going crazy with their eyebrows as they play shit.
I'm still gonna get the white curly hair and like a beard or something. And
Is that
like
what you're gonna be for Halloween?
Yes.
The automaton maestro.
Yes.
God damn.
Parallel universe where that's a real weapon, or a weapon, a real instrument.
A real weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It can be an instrument or an instrument of war too. Yeah.
It's Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Wolfgang Automatonus Mozart.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Alrighty.
Brilliant.
The way they're hooked on the end too almost looks like you could like loop them through a belt loop and like have them holstered. Draw.
You know I keep that thing on me at all times.
It's a chick magnet.
You wouldn't want to mess with me, would you?
Could you imagine using that as a pickup line? Like you're at a bar trying to, flirt with this chick, and you're like, so I play a lot of instrument. I play a lot of one instrument actually. Be like, oh, what do you play? Be like, play this really cool instrument called the automaton. It's pretty out of this world. Not a lot of people
New
play it.
and hip.
Yeah, it's this pretty new instrument. Like it's such a small group of people actually know how to play it and play it. Be like, oh, I'll have to hear it sometime. Be like, I actually have it in my car. I can go grab it, and you go and get it, and you come back in, and you show. She's like, I have a boyfriend.
No, you'd have it in your belt loop.
That's right.
Yeah, you'd automatically have it with you, and it's like, oh yeah, you know that thing on my belt loop? It's actually that.
She'd just slowly stand up from the bar and take her drink and walk away. Be like, wait, I know like love songs.
As she starts to stand up.
Oh, so I also, before we wrap up the podcast, just because it might be something that we talk about it again in the later days. So I'm taking sound for picture production this semester, which is essentially audio to video class and using audio to make videos better in terms of like immersion and stuff like that.
Sound effects.
Sound design.
You're
really.
gonna be a sound guy.
No.
You know what's hilarious?
But
is it's like in movies, almost none of the sounds except for the dialogue are recorded on the set. Like even like footsteps are recorded on a soundstage. It's fucking crazy, dude. That's crazy. Did you know that?
I got my first assignment, and it is to overlay audio onto a given video. And the video is two people standing up on a hill. It's like 19 seconds long. They're not talking at all. And you just kind of have background noise. And they're standing up on kind of like, I would say, a short mountain overlooking a city. And it's not a U.S. city. It's foreign. And they're just kind of looking at each other. And then the dude is standing on the left. And you're looking behind them. Like the camera is over their shoulder. And he points. And then he just kind of stops. And my instructor was like, so all you need to do is put 3 audio tracks in there. I don't care what's on the audio tracks as long as it's appropriate. So I am trying to find a way to make that as fucking hysterical as possible. Like he's like, you don't even have to put dialogue there. Like I was just thinking of having them be like, oh, there's a bird. Oh yeah.
I was just thinking, it's like, yeah. Oh, look at that. Fuck you guys. And the other guy's just like, beautiful. But that's not appropriate. So
or you have one, like you add an audio track that's just one dude in the very, very, like it sounds like he's super far away, and it's just like, hey, what's up, Tom? It's like, hey, Marty. It's like, hey, man. Coming over for dinner? Should we go over for dinner? No. It's just like, you can't see the dude, but he's pointing at him. Or it's like, so where did you bury the body? I actually hid it in that building right there, as he points. Nobody will ever find it. Oh man. So I gotta have fun with that. I gotta figure out what to do. I just have to have 3 audio tracks, and then I have to make a PowerPoint demonstrating what I did, but that's easy. I am excited to figure out what kind of meme I can make out of this.
And that's where I first got shit-faced on the other page here. He's like, dude, really?
And on that hysterical note, we are gonna wrap up. It's a couple minutes early, but it's really not. We started a few minutes late, and so we're gonna end a few minutes early. But we should be back. I don't know, provided everybody shows up. It's been a pain in the ass to get people to show up lately, but provided everybody shows up, we'll do the Sea of Thieves RPG tonight, and we'll go from there. Probably do Sea of Thieves actual game tomorrow, given that the update drops. So, yeah, come check back with us between 8 and 8:30 Eastern Time and see what we're doing. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. We'll see you next time.